He always insisted that we were constantly attentive because he was convinced that we could learn just as much as witnesses to process, as much as being direct participants in the process. I mean, there were several characteristics that he possessed, but the ones that I aspire to are his sense of humility, always important, and the ability to keep cynicism in check.
The Theatre Curation Project was born in the spirit of stewardship over the art, craft, and history of the theatre. Its purpose is to curate these stories of our mentors and what they passed on to us to be a resource for future generations. Its goal is to preserve these stories and the lessons within them from being lost forever.
Hello, my name is Brian Dooley. I'm an actor, director, educator, I guess, instructor. And I will be talking about my mentor, Pierre Lefevre, whom I met at the National Theatre School 40 years ago. So, what to say about Pierre? I remember him very, very fondly, obviously. It was my first year at the National Theatre School, and I was sitting along with the rest of my class on the floor as Pierre introduced the neutral mask. I remember him being gentle and genuinely reverential. He was wearing a tweed blazer and a shirt and tie, which to me meant that he had respect for us. He had respect for what he was doing. He always spoke slowly, clearly, and deliberately. And while he was gentle, he was always rigorous. I remember him demonstrating the most youthful of the neutral masks by portraying a little boy skipping along with an imaginary ice cream cone. And he always insisted, I remember this, on simple details and a precision to those details. And I met him again, of course, in my second year at the National Theatre School when he introduced us to the character masks. And what resonated with me the most was the time I spent with him during those particular classes. And perhaps it's the transformational power that those masks have. He always insisted on preparedness, spontaneity, and by preparedness, he meant attentiveness. You must remain attentive to the given circumstances you found yourself in, and also to what your acting partner was doing. It was, his guidance. With his guidance, we always strive to do our best. I remember even his casual approval would keep you buoyed up for the entire day. But the most important thing, one of the most important things Pierre instilled in me was his sense of wonder. I remember how he would be watching a particular exercise and he would give himself entirely to it, to the moment. And then he'd sneak over and glimpse over to the side to see if any of us were also witnessing what he was witnessing and if we felt the same way. And I remember that being genuinely infectious. He always insisted that we were constantly attentive because he was convinced that we could learn just as much as witnesses to process, as much as being direct participants in the process. I mean, there were several characteristics that he possessed, but the ones that I aspire to are his sense of humility, always important, and the ability to keep cynicism in check. It's so easy to fall victim to that. And I try to remind myself of Pierre's sense of wonder, his courage, and his compassion. I have nothing but great, great fondness and great memories of Pierre Lefevre. Thank you for this opportunity.